Hey, hello to all those who are here to tune into the House of Anger. This is your host, Mike Angerhauser. And joining me, the lovely and wonderful Tina Tamaszewski.
Good morning, Mike.
Buenos dias.
Uh, Más o menos. ¿Y tú?
Uh, así. Okay, how are we doing today?
I'm doing good. Just sitting here coloring and enjoying the day. I mean, I don't want to be trolling you like the rest of the family is, but it is a beautiful day
No,
today here.
it's better than it's been.
Well, thank God
New
for
York
that.
has been Hoth from Empire Strikes Back.
Ah,
It's been like the frozen planet over here.
okay.
A lot of snow, cold as fuck.
Oh
Sorry for
no.
cursing. I usually do a disclaimer. If foul language occurs on the show,
We're adults.
you know, sorry
Yeah,
about that.
we're all
That's
adults.
sometimes I tend to drop f bombs.
Yeah, it happens.
Albeit I go to church every week, but I try not to. I try to do for like Lent, not curse. It lasted about 2 hours,
Yeah,
so
that's what. Yeah, what can you do?
that's about right, right? Uh,
Yeah, that's about
all
right.
right. I have an idea, Tina.
What's that?
I got a big piece of Bristol board here, and
Okay,
I'm gonna work on a drawing,
awesome.
and,
Yes, please.
and
Yeah, I'm sharing this out right now to Facebook. Hopefully, some of my buddies from Facebook will stop in and say
where's
hello.
Pete Mac been?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
See, I don't have Twitter anymore, so I don't know. But Jesse Miller, I know he always tries to get in.
Yeah, well, I can message him, but he may be working. So,
I know he said he was sick yesterday, and
yeah.
my good friend and my fellow New Yorker, Sadie,
Uh,
she's been busy too. So, we got two people watching the stream. Great, wonderful. Um, yeah, so I'm retired. You're retired. Um, and what else am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You know,
Nothing.
um,
Girl.
being that I have a new house, I've been cleaning a lot and doing. I've been like the housewife, Mr.
Well,
Mom. You
that's
know,
okay. Nothing
and
wrong with that.
I enjoy it. I find it cathartic to
The
clean
rules have
and
been
to.
changing lately. If nobody happens to have noticed.
What happened?
I said the roles have been changing lately. If nobody's happened to notice in the world, so
Yeah, the world is
you're right in
upside
line with
down.
the agenda, my friend.
Oh, don't. Oh, I don't. Don't
I
talk
know.
about it. Don't talk about the
I know.
Don't talk
I'm
about
not.
like
I'm
gender
not. I don't want to. I don't want to.
pronouns.
No. No. Yeah. You know that singer Aurora, little strange little girl. She's real pale, blonde headed, blue eyed, and seeing sort of angelic is the only way I can explain it.
Aurora. No,
Aurora. Yeah.
no.
She seems like the most unoffensive human being on the planet. She's almost childlike. And she's got a song called Queendom instead of Kingdom.
Okay.
And at one point, somebody interviewing her had asked why she named it Queendom. She says, because I don't have a penis and da da da, right? And of course,
And there's nothing wrong with that.
somebody, if not a few somebodies, had to make her feel bad about saying because she didn't have a penis, she was a queen. And there you go.
Uh,
And I thought, this is like the most, and whether she knows it or not, she comes across very innocent
Tina,
and childlike.
the world is absurd right now. We
Yeah,
are in
I know,
a cancel culture
I
full
know.
of psychopaths. when you give people with mental illness the ability to go on the internet and give them, 140 whatever how many characters
Uh,
just to put up a post and to get into mob mentality and attack
mob
people,
mentality is
it
exactly
is
what it
so
is.
freaking stupid.
Mob mentality
Even the
is
Muppets
exactly.
are racist now.
Oh God,
Did you know
it's
about the
nothing.
Muppets?
No.
The Muppet Show, Disney Plus. Disney has been getting under my skin because of the Gina Carano firing. I
Yeah.
was livid about it. I
Yeah.
was furious.
There's a long line for that. A lot of people are upset about it.
Yeah, well, join the club.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I'm
and
saying. There's a
now
long
that
line.
I go on Disney Plus and Muppets, which I grew up with. You
Yeah.
were a little older than me. I'm not
Yeah, but I
saying that
remember
you.
it was still a primetime show.
It was a primetime show. It was on at
Yeah.
night. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like a, listen, the Muppets are puppets. They are. It's not. They're not racist or anything. They are made by Jim Henson,
Yeah. And they were
like a
funny.
hippie. God rest his soul. And it's a shame to see what the cancel culture has been doing to people.
I know.
And
I know.
by no stretch of the imagination am I racist, am I phobic, or
No,
anything along
me
those
neither.
lines.
Me neither.
But when I go on every type of streaming service, they have to have a black section. And all
I
right,
don't get them
black.
either. I just
I don't. It's not bothering me. But like what? But why?
but
Because
why?
of.
I mean, if there was a white section, Jesus Christ, it'd be the end of the
Oh,
world.
no, no, no. That would be. I'm like, it's February, it's Black History Month. I'll give him a break. But it's been going on since the Floyd thing, and everybody's been afraid of the woke mob attacking them.
I mean, and technically, I don't think just it shouldn't like have white people raising an eyebrow. It should have every other race raising an eyebrow. Well, what about Hispanic month? And what about Japanese month? And what about Chinese month? You know what I'm saying? Why is it
Well,
only? I mean, it looks like in America we only have two races, and that's it: black and white. And blacks are assholes, and I mean, whites are assholes, and blacks are not. You know what I mean? That's it in a
yeah,
nutshell. No, we don't have
yeah.
anything else here other than black and white people, and God forbid, there's nobody mixed. I'm just wondering. I wonder how these kids
Well,
now that
my
are mixed,
sister,
they're
my
black and
sister-in-law
white. What did they
is
do?
is is Dominican.
You know? Well, yeah. Well, she doesn't. Does she have a day? Does she have a week? Does she have a month?
No,
I
and
didn't
her
think so.
sister is Dominican, and she's married to an African American guy. One of the
Hmm.
one of the most like
Nice guy, I'm sure.
he's a complete gentleman. They have six
Yeah.
kids. They live
Right.
in the Bronx.
Phew.
They live in like an apartment.
Jeez.
And
She's a glutton.
do I dislike them? No.
No,
Do I love my sister-in-law?
of course.
Yes, she is very inspirational to me. She's very, very religious, and she's very and one of the nicest people I've ever met. She calls me Miguelito, which means little Mikey, and she is a woman of faith, and they have. And my brother-in-law and her have twins. One boy, the boy looks like Ricky Ricardo,
How
and the
funny,
girl has like blonde hair. Um, which
Ricardo.
is
That's cute.
I'm not judging them. Like, I'm not judging my brother-in-law for marrying a Dominican person.
Well,
It's not the end of the world.
why would you?
Like, why is the world so? We are so divided. It
See,
needs. We
this is
need
the
Earth.
problem I have. This is the problem I have. These people are screaming the loudest about diversity, and they are the least diversified. That's the thing that irritates me. You know what I mean? It should just be, hey, that guy over there, or hey, that girl over there, or not, hey, that white guy, or that red guy, or that blue guy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
They have,
yeah,
they got to
and
put. They're making race such a big deal when the idea originally started was it shouldn't be a big deal. It's
Well,
it's what's under the skin that's important, not what your skin color is. And it seems like everything revolves around skin color.
I grew up in a melting pot. I grew up in New York City.
We all, yeah, Florida, hello.
Yeah, I grew up in New York City. I
Uh-huh.
was I was bullied by, Hispanic kids. I was robbed by people of every race in the book,
Sure.
and beat up and and then does it then make me a bitter person and hate every race out there? No, because
No,
there's good in everything. I had
exactly.
black friends. I had Puerto Rican friends. I mean, the army, forget it. When I was in the
Oh,
army
yeah,
in boot
you
camp, they had people
everybody's your
from Puerto
brother.
Rico and Micronesia
These people,
and
you got to depend on watching your back. If you go, you get in trouble. Ain't no
what's that?
colors. There ain't no colors in the service. These people will
And the
protect you.
my
And
drill sergeants, most of them were African American, and
mhm,
they broke us down and built us up and made me a better person.
sure,
Um,
that's what they do. They wash out.
what's that?
They wash you out if you don't make it. You watch.
Oh yeah, they
They try to wash you out. So if you make it, you're strong enough to go to war.
yeah. Well,
I
they
mean,
want you.
it's kind of
I mean,
important.
war is no joke. I
Yeah,
mean, they
exactly.
try to break you. Even in the police academy, like
Yeah, yeah.
there was multiple races.
Oh yeah.
My instructors.
Yeah, I went through the hardest academy in the state of Florida, by the way.
Well,
I
look
went
at
to
you, little
academy.
Tina.
It was called J.C. Stone. It's a criminal justice regional training center now, I think. But it was the hardest one. We had the hardest PT. It was the hardest
Yeah,
one. That's
but like, if one of us screwed up, our whole platoon got our ass kicked.
exactly,
It doesn't matter what you look like.
exactly.
And when it
No,
comes to stuff like I truly feel like we should do what Israel does. Everybody serve 2 years in the military.
I've always thought that at least for people that for immigrants, I think that's a perfect thing. If they want to come and stay in the country and get citizenship, granted they're the age bracket, that should be almost a requirement.
Yeah,
Sure, you know what I mean. And it doesn't mean that they have to go to war. I mean, they could be, you
I
know, yeah, there's
but
all
I
kinds of,
have to say
there's all
one
kinds
thing
of things in
about
the service.
immigrants. They work their freaking
You
asses
have to
off.
tell me, man. I was a manager for a pallet yard, and we only had Mexican employees. And them boys, you didn't have to say two words to them. Not
Do
two
I
words. They
do
take
I
their
judge
15-minute
them?
breaks,
Do I want
take
them
their half
out
hour
of my
lunch.
country?
Mm-mm.
No,
No, no.
no, because guess what? They did all the people that came to my house do construction and painting. Like all of them were from other countries, like El Salvador
Yeah.
and Honduras,
Oh, yeah.
and they're not here legally. Do I
And
judge them and hate them? No,
it's not so much that they work for the cheaper salaries. They work and they don't bitch.
they don't
They work
stop.
and they don't
They're,
stop. They show up.
they are
They're there on
beasts.
time. They're there until the end of the day. They're there if you ask for extra hours. I'm telling you, that pallet yard I worked at, Mike. You didn't say two words to them guys. Not two
No,
words. They,
and
not two
I don't
words.
understand why everybody is being so like I don't care if the person is illegal and they work their ass off. Should they go through the proper channels? Maybe. I mean, but like if they're here and they had to pay a coyote to go get across the border and struggle, that's understandable. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So, but let my Lola out because she's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, she's crying. Either she wants a cookie or she wants to go out.
Yeah, I'm
Hold on
waiting
one
for my
second.
mom to come out here and ask me something too.
What the fuck you want, Lola?
She wants to go outside.
She wants to go.
If you guys haven't seen
Lula,
Lola,
you too?
Lola's a pretty girl. She's a pretty puppy.
Jeez, these dogs.
She's a good doggy.
Yeah,
She's a
so
sweet
I have,
dog.
as you know, I have two dogs, and they are very annoying.
Actually, you know what? I'm not real familiar with the other one. Is that the one? Did you guys get
Luna's the
that?
baby. She's the puppy.
What
She's Scrappy Doo.
what's her
She's
name?
a small little dog. And you can hear her
What's
barking right now.
what's her name?
Luna, like the moon.
Luna. Luna, that's pretty.
We call her Lunatic.
Okay, so you
Looney
got that
Tunes.
after you got married. You got Luna after you got married. Or did
No.
Karen already have him?
You know what? Yeah, we did. We got. I got married. No, it was actually we were living together, and we fostered her, and then
Oh, and then kept her?
um, it was a foster fail. We didn't give her to another
I was going to
family.
say your crappy foster family.
No, because I
kept her.
fostered one dog, and that dog, he was a psychopath, and he just like ate everything, and I'm like, oh, good, good. But then I
Get
got
rid of
Luna,
him.
and Luna just gave me pure love,
Oh.
and my daughter and I didn't talk to Karen. We would just like go, and Karen's like, fine, we'll keep the friggin' dog.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
That's funny.
but getting back to what I was saying, I have my Bristol board here, and I have my microliner,
Okay,
and I want to draw. And I'm thinking of
let's do it.
something. And what's that?
So let's do it. Let's see you draw.
What kind of landscape do you think we should put it in?
What are we drawing?
I don't know anything. This is just like a doodle. It's like right off the top
You
of
want
my
like
head.
how about a bar scene or a post-apocalyptic scene?
Post-apocalyptic. Oh yeah, that sounds good to me.
You like that?
Yes, I do. I do. And we can talk as I draw.
Yeah, I'm drawing, coloring grass right now. Lots of little lines.
You're not smoking grass. You're coloring it, right?
No. I'm drawing grass. That little picture I
Post-apocalyptic.
sent you. The little picture I sent you from my
Yes, that's
Clara
very pretty. Very
Markova
pretty.
hardcover
I don't know
coloring
if you
book.
guys know. I mentioned it yesterday during my stream after the team had tuned off. Got off the stream with me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
She is a very good colorist, and she was the colorist for Black Forest for a majority of the book. She did an amazing job.
Yeah, several pages. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, right?
Yeah, I'm sort of itching to pull out my digital board again. I have been recently here, but
you have the Wacom, right? The Wacom.
Yeah. No.
Or
Yeah.
or the Huon.
Huian. I have a Huian.
I don't know how to say it. It's Huian, right?
Huian, I
like
guess.
Huey Lewis in the news.
Yeah, Huian. What did I do with it? It was right
Huey
here.
Lewis in the news.
Yep, Huey Lewis in the news. It's Huian. I would imagine is the best way to say it. Well, you know what? I have the small one out here, and now I don't know what I did with it.
It's hip to be square.
It's hip to be square. What did I do with it?
I
got my big one.
You ever see American Psycho?
I'm sure I have, but my gosh, that's an old movie.
But he covers his apartment. Actually, it's one of Christian Bale's best roles besides Batman.
I've heard.
And he's playing Huey Lewis, and he's moonwalking behind the guy while he's covered in plastic.
Oh, getting ready to kill him. Yeah.
And it's Jared Leto, the Joker from Suicide Squad.
Oh wow, okay.
And he's telling him about
just talking about him the other day.
About Jared Leto?
Yeah, I think Pete from Creepy Little Book was saying that he liked the other Joker better.
Oh, he liked Joaquin?
Yes.
Not Heath Ledger. He's no longer with us.
No, but yeah, Joaquin. Yeah, he was saying that
Joaquin Phoenix.
The guy you're talking about, he said he just didn't think he did as good a job.
I think Joaquin Phoenix did a great job.
Yeah.
I speak to my brother about it, and he says, my brother, he's your typical cop. Mm-hmm. Like, he doesn't watch any movies. He only likes like Fast and the Furious and like
he's a guy's guy. That's got nothing to do with him being a cop. He's just a guy's guy.
That's and he likes sports, and his kids are in sports, and his son's in a travel team, and
he's a guy's guy. He's like Jesse.
Yeah, and he's very
just like Jesse Miller.
He's high tea. Yeah, like he's very like Buffy and stuff. He's got all sorts of weapons and everything. So when the Civil War starts, I'm gonna go to my brother's house to the.
No kidding. Yeah, I got one of Pete's subscribers is a guy named Sunny Cat.
I
You
know
familiar
Sunny
with?
Cat. I've
Right.
streamed Sunny
Well,
Cat
right.
dozens of times.
Yeah. Well, Sunny Cat lives about maybe a half hour from me here, oddly. And I'm telling you what, if anything goes down, that's where I'm going. I'm going to his
And
house. He's he's ready.
I'm
He's
afraid
ready.
of that happening, by the way.
I am too, and that's why I'm telling you. I've already thought about it. I'm going to his house. I'm gonna pack my mama up. The dogs, the cats are all heading over there. Sorry, move over.
And my brother is one town away, and so
Or just bring him
my
here.
father and my dad, where the place where I got married was in his backyard because he's on the water
Oh, that
and he
must have
has a
been
boat.
pretty. Oh, well, I've seen pictures. What am I talking about? It was pretty.
Yeah, so my father, he's a retired lieutenant from NYPD, and
Tough guy.
my brother is in the same department that I was in, the Port Authority Police.
Okay.
But my father actually has guns with an AR-15 with an American flag on it.
That's cool.
No, it's like custom built with an
That's
American
cool.
flag.
Yeah, that's cool.
And he's got shotguns, he's got knives, and I'm
But that
like,
was. I can't imagine what he spent for that.
yeah, he doesn't care. Money's not an object for him. He actually just made the paper recently. My father.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, he did.
For what?
For his business.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Lola,
cool.
shut the fuck up, please. Hold
She
on.
sounds like she weighs 300 pounds.
Lola, shut the fuck up.
She's not, though. She probably only weighs about, I don't know, 45 or 50 pounds. She's a good sized dog, but she doesn't, she sounds like a lot. I'm talking about Lola, how she sounds like a huge dog. I mean, she's only about 45 or 50 pounds, right?
Yeah, she's about 50 pounds.
Yeah, so I mean, she isn't a huge dog, but she sounds like a massive dog when she barks.
Yeah, you know what? Like the ADT guy came to my house because I'm a new homeowner.
Okay.
And you know how as soon as they find out that you bought the house, like all these people will start sending you crap.
I'm sure you're on
So
every
like
mailing list in the
Optimum,
world now.
like the cable
Solar
service.
panels, alarm companies, landscapers,
Yes.
tree trimmers, gardeners, landscapers, right?
There's all this shit in my mailbox. Like I'm like,
Mhm.
I already got what I need. I had a plan.
Right.
So
Good.
I got my Verizon cable, which
You want to hear
is
something funny? I
what? Go
watched.
ahead.
I don't remember where this was from. It may have been from YouTube. It was a long time ago. Some guy subscribed to everything he could, and he got all this junk mail every year, magazines, and I mean everything he could subscribe to that he got for free through the mail. He applied to or whatever. And do you know what he did with all of it?
What?
He kept himself warm all winter. he burnt it. He burnt it all winter long, and it was enough to keep him warm all winter because he had so much junk mail, which anybody can see how that's possible because my mother,
Well,
oh my God, I've never seen so many magazines in my life. She don't, you don't pay for that. They just send them to you. He kept himself warm all winter.
The only thing I get in the mail that I get excited about is the Blick catalog.
Oh my gosh, I know. I love when I get the Blick catalog too.
Yeah, I get the Blick catalog. I get the coupons.
You guys don't know what that is. Who's ever listening? It's a huge art supply book, and it has anything and everything to do with art, pastels and colored pencils and markers and paints and canvases. You name it, they have it.
Yeah, it has. I mean, and going in the store is me like a kid in a candy shop. I can't leave without spending $100.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, and my wife is like, Mike, you gonna go to Blick again? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are you guys still thinking about working on another book?
Or am I? Or
Yes.
we? Yes.
Yeah, I thought.
I actually got approached by this lady, this really, really sweet woman from Australia.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know how she found out about me. Like I guess she followed me on Facebook or something.
Okay.
And she messaged me on Facebook saying, I drew a kid's book for my kids,
Okay.
and my kids are in the book. She's like, and she showed me the book, and the artwork was decent, but
Oh,
I mean, it wasn't anything crazy.
right.
And she said to me, Mike, would you mind doing it? I'll pay you. And I said, all right. And she's like, by the way, my son has epilepsy. I'm like, fine, I'll do it for
Done.
free. Whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, mimetic delirium. I
Hey,
don't know.
Fed.
What?
It's Fed.
It's fed?
Yeah.
Yeah, free heating is best heating. Yes.
All right.
Um,
She threw him a link.
and the crazy thing is that, like, you know that all our devices are listening to us, right? So
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, you put in 1 or 2 letters or whatever you say out loud, and it pops right up in your search engine on Google.
no, on my Facebook stream, it pops up like
That
ads,
too, yeah. Well, that's ran
and
by
I'm like,
Google.
I'm sitting there talking about Jeeps, and then all of a sudden, like, watch now, even now, Jeep ads will be on my friggin'
Oh
Facebook
yeah.
stream.
Oh, trust me, I know. The thing that irritates me is I buy something like on Amazon and I start getting ads for it. I'm like, myself, I've already bought it. Why are you showing me more ads?
Yeah, and they asked me, "Do you want to buy it again?" I'm like, "No, I fucking bought it.
No.
Like, shut the fuck up and go
Like,
away."
really, how many Ninja Foodies do I need, you know?
Oh, I love my Ninja Foodie.
Oh my gosh, me too.
That Ninja
Me
Foodie. I mean,
too.
the air fryer
Oh, me
alone
too. Yeah, I
is
got the
amazing.
I got I don't have the newest one. The newest one it doesn't have the pressure cooker on it,
Oh,
and it does.
I have the pressure cooker.
That's cool.
It kind of scares me when all the steam comes out.
Ooh, I would imagine. But mine doesn't have the pressure cooker, and mine does not have the thermostat, which I was pissed because I thought
Oh,
that's
I
the one
have
I was
I have
getting.
the. I guess I have the newest one because it's got
You
the
probably
pressure
do,
cooker
yeah.
on it,
Yeah, you got the newest one.
and then you have to. It has like the two lids that you can put on it,
That's
and
cool.
one's for like air frying, and then you have one for like slow cooking, so I can make like pulled chicken or pulled pork in it, and then you have they have the I guess it's the Instapot, so I can throw a frozen chicken in there and make it, and a frozen chicken, it takes an hour to cook, and it'll come out amazing.
You
So
know, yeah, and last night when I was getting ready to go to sleep at, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning, they had a one of the commercials, the shows where they cover something, and they were doing that Ninja Foodie, and I didn't really think about it, but you can put like frozen chicken, frozen meat in
yeah,
those, and
I've
it
thrown a
it'll cook
frozen
it.
skirt steak in there and cooked it in an
You could.
hour.
I sent you a message, Mike, on your phone. Please check
Word?
that. Yeah. Um. Yeah, and I mean, I thought I never thought about that. I know what it does a really good thing with after I cook. Like if I want to make a piece of like frozen Texas toast, like the garlic or the 4 cheese Texas toast, just throw it in
Yeah.
there.
Oh my
Just
god, I
throw
haven't
it
had
in
Texas
there,
toast in
and
ages, dude.
oh my gosh, my mother loves it, so we buy it on a regular basis
And
now.
you know what my new obsession is lately is that Karen's one of Karen's coworkers, their daughter works in a bakery, so she's getting like she gets free challah bread,
Oh, cool.
and Karen freezes the challah bread, so when the kids come over, she makes French toast with the challah bread,
That sounds good.
and it is orgasmic. It is
I bet.
absolutely unbelievable. Like, I bought that cinnamon sugar for because I'm like a basic bitch, I guess, for the rims. I during the fall, I always drink pumpkin beer, and I put the cinnamon sugar rim around the beer, and she uses that for the French toast, and it comes out. I mean, like, I have to close my eyes every time I take a bite because it's just like
Right? It's orgasmic. Good stuff.
holla
Good stuff.
holla.
Right?
I mean, it is absolutely amazing.
I can
So
imagine.
yeah, I mean, who would have thunk it? But
Well, I know one thing. My mother and I, we use that Ninja Foodie quite a bit. And you know what? You got to heat up your oven to 400 something other degrees or 500. Think about how long it takes.
Yeah,
It
like a
takes
London
forever.
broil
It
takes
takes
forever.
forever, right? Unless you're like broiling, and that takes like half of forever. But with the Ninja Foodie, it's fast.
I
It
mean, and
heats up
then
so
you look at the
fast.
Ninja Foodie and you cut into the meat
Mm,
and you
it's perfect.
it's not raw. It's not all messed up and shitty, you
It's
know. I mean, it's
once you know the time, the time and the temperature to set. Literally every time it turns out purple, purple, perfect. Am I
purple.
am I a colorist or what? It turns out perfect every time. If you know,
Yeah,
if you know
I
that
know me.
your
Yeah,
temperature
I agree.
and the time, and you can just set it and walk away. It's wonderful. I mean, some of this stuff I will flip over, but the majority of this stuff I don't. I just
So
leave it in
like
there. It's fine.
the pressure cooker it kind of freaks me out a little bit because when you have to let out the steam, it's like hot steam flying out of it. So you have to turn the
Right?
knob and it's like it's like a tea kettle,
I know.
and that kind of freaks me out. But
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah.
it comes out amazing
I
regardless.
know not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, oddly, that's what my cousin Janet's one of her sons, he wanted one of those, and it was just the pressure cooker basically, but it would it did other stuff, but he had that pressure cooker, and I mean that made good chicken though. I got to say
Yeah,
the chicken's good in mine, but it seemed like the chicken was a little bit better with the pressure cooker.
but
I don't know.
I've made pork chops in it, steak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. Not
Uh,
I don't think I've made steak yet. I don't. I made pork
I've thrown a
and chicken.
frozen skirt steak in there, and it
Mm,
came and I just threw some like a little bit of teriyaki on it, and it came
okay.
out fucking awesome.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. So all right, I'm working on a piece right now, and then here's part of it. Come on, camera. It's post-apocalyptic.
Let's see what you
So
got.
can you see it?
Not yet. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Oh, yeah. Looking
So
good.
I'm
Are
gonna
you
add a
just
little.
freehanding that too, right? You're not using you're not penciling it and then
No, I'm just going straight marker.
that's
I'm
awesome.
just going straight with the 03 liner. And then I'm gonna do a little bit more shading with like like an '05 or 1.0 because it's I have a problem with midliners. I happen to buy a lot of them.
Now, see, I have like this little plastic case. I mean, they don't all fit in there, but I have so many just the line markers in there.
I
And
have
I
a
mean,
whole
right, I know you do
giant.
because that is Mike's thing. Mike's thing is markers. That's Mike's thing. But me, I use them like if I got a picture in my coloring book and I don't think it's busy enough.
I actually bought a like a mandala coloring book the other day,
Oh, okay.
and
They don't
it's
hold
like
my
full of
attention.
like what's that?
They don't hold my attention. They're
I
good. They'd
mean,
be good for markers, though. They would be good for
it's
markers.
cathartic. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's I think coloring is cathartic, and drawing for me is as well. But like when you sit there and you get yourself a set of pencils and you start coloring in a coloring book, an adult coloring book. I'm not talking about like PJ Masks or like any kid stuff. So or like you know like whatever the kids watch these days because my kids have surpassed that. They don't watch regular shows anymore. They watch YouTube
Uh,
and
I
they
don't either.
watch people play video games and scream at the screen, and it's
I
fucking infuriating.
I like to watch people play video games. Oddly, and that for some reason that will hold my attention more
No, I
than
don't like watching people play video games because there's
it
no reason.
depends. It depends. You know what I mean? If it's a game that has a lot of lore, I mean, I'm not talking about like just sitting there and watching Mario Kart. I'm talking about something like
I have
um
Mario Kart.
well, but I just think to watch it would be boring. But like some games, like what was it? Fed in the chat there. He was playing. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the
Grand
stupid.
Theft,
No.
God of War,
No. God of War was good
Point
too. See, now that
77.
would be one. That would be one. That would be one I would sit and watch. Um, um, uh, oh gosh, well, I'm just having a total blank right now.
You see
We
that
lucky. Is it we lucky few or we happy few? Is that a game, right?
the
We
the
happy
Last of
few.
Us.
No. It's a game where it's like you're like in English or London or an English town or London or something, and you have to take this drug called Joy to get in certain places.
Oh, sounds cool.
And see, it's got lore in it, and it has a storyline. Like I'm drawing just such a bad blank right now for video games. Let's
Well,
see.
welcome to the club.
I know you think your brain is bad. Oh, mini strokes will do it to you.
Oh,
Too.
by the way, 2 years ago marks the anniversary
Surgery.
of my brain surgery.
Awesome. Has it been 2 years, Mike?
It's been 2 years.
Where the hell does the time go?
I don't know, out the window.
Wow.
So two
I
years
cannot believe it's
ago,
been 2 years.
it's been 2 years ago since I actually had the resection of my brain.
I am shocked. I cannot believe it's already been 2 years.
You see the baseball?
On your head, you mean? There.
Yeah, it looks like a baseball.
You got to turn to the left. I was showing my mom your wedding pictures. I'm like, see right here, right there's where he had his surgery.
Yeah, I
Go
mean,
turn to your right now. Stop.
that's
You
where I had my
turned
surgery.
quick.
People
Yeah.
ask me like, "What the fuck happened to you?" And I'm like, oh, I had a car accident.
You need to start saying.
Bit, and I told the barber one time I got bit by a shark.
You need to start saying. But yeah, but you see the other guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then people ask me like, "What happened to you?" I'm like, "Well, I had surgery, I had a little accident," or I make up stories just so they don't bother me, because yeah, that was horrible. That sucked. I mean, being put in the hospital, taking off your meds, and having grand mal seizures nonstop. I mean,
right.
I don't wish that upon anybody.
I know. Well, I live with Janet's son having him. I mean, I can't count the times he knocked out, cracked his head open,
Oh yeah,
stitches, 911 calls.
I bit a piece of my tongue off one time.
I bet. I can see that happening. Sheesh, that must have hurt.
Yeah, it hurt. And then when you get out of it, you don't even know where the hell you are. That post-ictal state is really bad because you don't even know where you are. And then
it was. Yeah, you could see like with Michael, he would sometimes he'd pop right out of him, And other days he'd be in bed all day. He wouldn't eat nothing for all day.
Yeah. It actually hurts your muscles in your body because everything contracts.
Oh wow. Yeah,
So it's like going to the gym for like an hour. Meanwhile, it's 1 minute of seizing.
Oh, I know. At least sometimes those were a little bit longer. The longer ones would scare me.
I've had ones where they were continuous for like 20 minutes.
See, yeah, I've seen a couple of his where they were.
Status,
well, they weren't 20 minutes. Where
it wouldn't stop.
Jeez, yeah, they weren't. His weren't ever 20 minutes, but they would be. I would guess 3 minutes. But imagine just standing there the whole time. Standing there the whole time and holding every single one of your muscles as tight as you could possibly hold it. It's like having a whole body Charlie horse.
Yeah, it's like your muscles are atrophied. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you bite your tongue. A lot of time I bit my tongue, and I'd smack my head.
Do that so much.
I hit my head on the coffee table one time.
Yeah. Yeah, he would smack his head, but he had a big old head. He'd smack that head a lot.
Big old head.
He did. God bless him. We tried to get him a helmet.
They're trying to get him. You try to get him a helmet for safety reasons.
Yes. and I ended
Yeah.
up the only one I could find that would fit him was like a wrestling helmet for adults, and of course he wouldn't wear it. He wouldn't wear it. He hated anything on his head.
Well, I understand. I mean,
Yeah,
I wouldn't want anything on my head either.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So,
yeah, you couldn't put anything. You put nothing on his head, nothing around his neck. I remember we were on a cruise and we brought back like these old necklaces that some lady had made in the islands, and we put one on Michael. It wasn't 15 minutes. You come back in the room and there's just beads all over the place. He just ripped it right off. Like,
well,
oh,
I can
thanks for
understand
that.
because he said he's on a spectrum, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, he's severely, yeah,
yeah.
he's
So,
got
I
the
mean,
mentality about a 5-year-old.
anything like that, like touching your neck. I mean, it's
He
probably.
hated it.
I mean, I'm sorry if the thing is bouncing off stippling.
Yeah, he probably hated it, which
Yeah.
he did.
I mean, sensory wise, he probably was losing his shit.
Yeah,
So,
he used to crack me up though. He didn't like when you give him a shower or something like that. He hated you getting his face wet or his ears wet. But of course, he had to go. Too bad. But when he would go swimming, he loved to swim.
you see,
And he would
my
doggy paddle, Mike, and he would have his head, like his whole head from his chest or from his shoulders up would be completely out of the water. I don't know how he did it. He would go like across the deep end like that. That head, his chin never touched the
that big
water.
old head.
That big old head, his chin never touched the water. I don't know how he did it. And he did it, man. He didn't get it wet. I mean, his hair would be bone dry when he get out of the pool.
Bone dry.
Bone
Yeah.
dry.
You see, my son is 7, and he I don't know what it is, but he's got like some sensory stuff too. Like if it's really
You think?
cold, he'll shiver. And
Everybody does that, right?
I what's that?
Doesn't everybody do that?
No, but it's a little bit over the top. I mean,
Oh,
he
okay.
gets very. I mean, he acts like he just did a polar bear. I mean,
Well, I have issues with like moderating my temperature. I'm usually either hot or cold. There's no in between, it seems like. So maybe he's just
yeah,
sensitive to temperature. But anyway,
no,
what
but
else?
like certain things, like loud noises bother him,
Well,
and it's my alarm. Don't worry about it.
okay, get up, wake up.
No, it's my medicine. I have to take it in a half hour. In a half
Okay,
hour, I'll end the stream.
okay.
But yeah, I mean, but when I used to take him to swimming lessons, and he loved it. I mean, he would immerse himself in the water and just float on his back, and he would absolutely love it.
Is he a good swimmer?
Ugh,
Yeah, like a
great,
fish.
like a fish. Like he goes under the water, and the instructor
Mm.
would have him like throw rings on the bottom of the pool, and he would swim down and get it.
Wow. How old did he start?
Um, Probably 5.
Oh, okay.
But
Have
my
you seen those
daughter
little
is.
babies that do that? The little babies that go underwater?
Oh yeah, they're that's insane.
I know. Freaks me out. I don't know if I could stand on the sideline and watch it.
My daughter is 11, and
Uh,
she last year she used to do like competitive swim,
she's getting so big.
and she figured out like they taught her, and she had everything down pat, like breaststroke,
Okay.
freestyle. And then I would be in my mom's pool, and I'd say, Emily, come on, show me a butterfly or a freestyle. And she'd
Uh
be like, Dad, shut up, no. Like she would get embarrassed. But then I would see her do it in the competition, and like smoke everybody.
Wow.
And I'm like, Emily, you do it at Swim Force, and she's like, yeah, that's Swim
That's
Force. This is not
that's
Swim Force.
different, right?
Isn't that
That's
Swim Force?
different.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
different
girls are a
now,
little bit
Daddy.
more neurotic, I think.
And she's
Girls are a little
getting
bit
too
more
big,
neurotic.
and I hate
Oh
it.
yeah. I bet.
I
I
mean,
bet.
she's 11, and I mean, she's a
Yeah.
really good kid,
Is she
but she's
tall for
grown
her
up.
age?
She's 5'1".
So she's tall for her age.
She's taller than you, I think.
She is taller. I'm only 5 foot.
Yeah, she's 5'1", and
So she, yeah, she,
I'm a midget. and so
I don't think I
is.
broke 5 foot until I was in high school.
See,
I think I was like
I've
always
been the same height
4'11".
since 8th grade. I've been
Yeah,
like
see,
five
yeah,
six, 5'7" since 8th grade.
I was a late bloomer, definitely on height. I mean, I never bloomed. I remember when I hit my 30s, people coming up and telling me that smoking was going to stunt my growth. I'm like, I think it's a little late for that.
It's a little late for that. Yeah, that's like my
30.
mom. She's like we call her. We used to call her the Italian circus midget. And
You're lucky she didn't punch you in the
hopefully she
throat.
doesn't get to view this because you
You're lucky
know
she didn't punch you in the throat.
she's probably 4'11" on a good day, five
Oh,
feet maybe.
yeah.
And she like in the wintertime she would go outside and smoke and wear a yob, and I would call her a yob, a robe, and I would call her Yoda.
Yoda.
And then
So
she would get all mad at me and stuff.
bad.
But
You shut up. I
yeah,
brought you into this world. I can take you out. Right?
I've heard that so many freaking times.
I know
She
you
goes,
have.
"Fuck you, Mike. I'll kick your ass."
She's funny.
and she's a tough
She's
woman
funny.
for a midget.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
gotta be. You gotta be. She's from New York.
Well, she lived and grew up in Queens and Brooklyn, so
Well, there you go.
she'd be like, hold my earrings, and then she would go beat the shit
Hold
out of
my
someone.
earrings. Kick them shoes off.
Yeah,
Kick them heels
and
off.
yeah, and I've seen her like get very like extremely mad to the point where I thought she was gonna fight somebody, and it's scary.
No, that's funny.
It's very scary
Yeah,
to
you
see
kill them.
this little woman
That's right. All
beating the
5 foot
crap.
overs.
What's that?
All 5 footer kill them.
Yeah, I remember when I was in first grade, the teacher, when I was in Catholic school, the teacher grabbed me by my tie and flipped my
What?
desk over.
Oh my
And
God.
because I don't know
That's
why.
unnecessary.
No, but my mom threw her against the wall
I would have too.
and had her up by her throat.
What
The
is
teacher.
that? I mean, what is that? Gonna intimidate a child like that?
Yeah, and
Oh my God.
I don't
Yeah,
even know
beat
what
the
I was
crap
doing. I
out
don't
of her.
remember what I was doing wrong. Maybe I was doodling. Like
Who
I've always been
knows?
doodling.
There's nothing you could have been doing to make that teacher do something like that to a kid. Nothing. I mean, unless you
No,
had a gun in your hand, you're going to shoot the class. Okay, there's nothing that a normal kid would could be doing to deserve that. That's awful. See, you have the same experience as I did in a Catholic. You know, our buddy Pete from Creepy Little Book.
yeah.
Different, completely different memory of his Catholic school. He went to an all boys school too.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he did. Nobody was mean. Nobody yanked you up by
He
the
didn't. Well,
ear.
he
Or,
didn't have any. Did he? He didn't have any
I
of
think he had
the
female.
priests in there smacking their hands.
No, he had no. And that's the thing. Geez, I got a whole different memory of my school.
And you see, I went to Catholic school from K through 5, K through 5th
Yeah, me
kindergarten,
too. It's funny. Me too.
and then I went
Yeah,
into public school, and I was like,
yeah. And then it
whoa,
was a Sunday drive, wasn't it?
it was
I
a
didn't open another book.
totally different experience. I'm
I
like,
didn't open another book, Mike. I never opened another book. I already
no,
had most of it. No, because like the Florida, well, see, it's probably different up there, but the Florida school system, the public school system is not adequate. You know what I'm saying? So you come out of a private school, you were like a genius compared to kids in a public school.
yeah. I mean, the school system here, like
It's better
when
in
I moved
Florida.
when I moved to the burbs, when I moved to Long Island, it was much different than being in the city.
Sure.
Because I didn't have anybody hitting me or like well, no one's trying to steal my shoes or I used to get into so many throwdowns, like fights in school.
Got into fight. Kids were scared of me for some reason.
I mean, some kid broke my wrist. I
Do you know
mean,
why I
it
think
was
kids were scared of me, Mike?
why?
Because I had no fear. I'd be like, we're going to fight after school? Okay, what time? I'd be like, okay, where are we going to be? Okay, I'll see you there. And I think just the simple fact that
Well, I
I was,
remember
you know,
having the starter hats. Remember starter hats were
oh
popular?
yeah, oh yeah.
I remember getting pushed down a flight of steps
Jesus.
and getting my ass handed to me by
Oh,
like
God love you.
these three kids, and my hat being taken off my head,
Oh,
and just because I had the starter hat. They tried to steal my sneakers because they thought I had pumps. And
Jesus.
meanwhile, I was poor and I couldn't afford pumps, so I got knockoff pumps. And they
Oh,
tried to
God
rip them
love
off my feet, and they said, "Oh, these ain't pumps. Fuck you!" And they just threw them at me.
you.
So,
It's a good thing you had the
yeah,
knockoff ones. You'd be without shoes.
I mean, public school in the city is a lot different than Catholic school.
Oh, yeah,
Just that
big
one
time.
teacher was very aggro. I don't know why, um, but I will. You know, it's not like. I mean, on Long Island, it in the suburbs, the school system is so different. It's so
Huh.
much everybody's nice to you. They welcome you, and in the city they're just like whatever,
They're
bro.
hard. The kids are
Yeah.
hard.
Oh yeah. I came there. I moved to Long Island hard. I was like thug life. I
Yeah.
mean, but
So,
if I stayed in the city, I would be in jail. I'd probably be in jail because I was heading down the wrong path. Thank God I
sure.
moved out of the city
Sure.
because
Well,
I was with
I
the
would think
wrong
that's
crowd. I was with all the
sounds to me
kids.
like it was out of a necessity,
Well,
you know?
my grandmother passed away, and
Mm,
then we got an inheritance, and we moved.
right.
But unfortunately, I think it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me getting out of the city.
Sure.
I mean, I used to be getting into fights all the time. I used to come home black eyes, like my mom would be like, "Who did this to you? I'll kick their ass."
Mm,
And I'm like, "You can't hit kids, mom." I'm like,
You're like,
enough.
watch me. Watch me.
Watch me,
Well,
motherfucker.
that's what I think what made me meaner as a kid because not that I wasn't mean to other kids. I was if you cornered me, big difference. I'd tear you up. I was like a little Tasmanian devil. But I would go home if I was upset and I went home, my dad would say, "If you don't go out there and take your part in this, I'm going to beat your ass." Well, guess what? I was terrified of my dad. My
Oh, I
grandmother
was
always
too.
tells a
I
story.
was too.
My grandmother's always tells a story about me and one of my cousins. My cousin named Joey, and we were
Always. It's
probably about
always
7 months.
Joey.
Yeah, we're
Joey's
Joey's are
Joey's a trouble.
yeah, they're trouble. Yeah, we're about 7 months apart, so they're about the same age, you know. But we'd be doing something, and my grandma said, and God forbid if I got the best of him on something, he'd start being mean, like pushing me or doing something, whatever. And she'd say, and you'd go in there and cry to your daddy, and your daddy would say, if you don't take your part now, I'm going to beat your ass. And she'd say, so you go in there and then you'd bloody his nose. I'm like, who? I'm like, you go bloody Joey's nose. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. So apparently,
Pretty
he made
much every Joey I've ever met is trouble.
it's trouble. Trouble, huh?
It really.
I
I shit you not. I mean, like my brother-in-law,
believe you.
his name is Joey. He's the black sheep of the family.
That's
He's
funny.
always he's always arguing with everyone.
That's funny.
He's trolling the family.
He's pretty laid
But
back now, my
I got to
cousin.
tell you right now, I love him. I
Oh,
mean,
sure.
he's my
Family.
family. I love him.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Don't matter what they do. Family.
Yeah, but it's family. But
Yeah.
it just reminds me of Back to the Future
Uh,
when he's in the 50s. When McFly
yeah. It's in the 50s. Yeah.
he's in his house with his mother, and he goes,
Yeah.
"So you're my Uncle Joey?" He goes, "You better get used to these bars."
That's right. I remember that. Yeah. Better get used to these
She
bars. Yeah.
goes, and then his grandma's like, "I don't know what's with him. He just likes being in there."
Shit. That's funny. That's too
Yeah.
funny.
So I mean, I have a cousin Joey. He's like a bit of a shit star too, and it's like every Joey. It's
Yep.
like
They're
I'm like
trouble.
I'll never name a kid Joseph.
They're trouble.
No, but I love my brother-in-law. I love the guy. He's good people,
Sure. Sure.
but he likes to stir the pot and bust my Karen's family's balls, you
Yeah.
know.
Sure.
And that's
It's in his
that's
nature.
just that's just
Can't help himself.
you know what? That's like me and my brothers are. There's three of us, and
Mm.
we fight we argue, but then we just hug it out and
Sure,
we get it over
sure.
with. My brothers are Irish twins. They're only like 13 months apart.
Oh wow, okay.
So I mean, they used to throw down all the time. They used to
You
beat.
didn't
There's
have
so
a
many
sister,
cold.
did you?
They never had a sister. I do have a
Right.
sister, but
Oh, do
it's
you?
my father. She's my half sister.
Half sister, okay. But I mean, from your mom. No, you
No,
growing up,
not
you had
from
just
my
the two
mom and dad,
brothers.
my biological. No, my
Okay.
father got remarried and he had two kids, a boy and a girl, and the older one is a girl.
Okay. How old were you
And
when you
she,
got remarried?
uh, in his late 40s, maybe 50.
Oh no,
In his,
how old were you?
um,
Were you still a teenager or something, or were you in your
no,
20s?
I was like 20, 21.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was in my 20s.
Were you out of the
I was,
house by then? Probably not.
no,
No, yeah.
no, I wasn't out of the house by then. Things are different these days. You can't just
Yeah,
move
I
out at
know.
18.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I think I was.
it's
Yeah, I think I was about 20 years old. My dad met my step monster, and she needed that bedroom because she had three young
step
kids.
monster.
Yeah. So I was about 20. They wanted me to move out. I wasn't
Well,
prepared to.
I went to boot camp when I was 19,
Ooh.
and I remember being out of the house for like 6 months, and then coming home, and then like my mom living with her ex, and well, it wasn't my dad. Like she got married again,
Uh-huh.
and then but like my stepdad now is like the coolest dude ever. I mean, I
Yeah, I know
love the
you
guy.
like him a lot. I know you think highly of him.
Well, we have a very very good relationship.
That's great.
So and my kids call him Papa Tony.
Oh, yeah.
It's very 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 sweet. It's a good nice
That's
dynamic
nice.
that we have,
That is so
and he kind
nice.
of took me in as his own.
It's a blessing.
So, but yeah, I'm drawing my post apocalyptic scene.
Let's see it. Where you at now? Let's see what you
Too
got.
bad my midliner is a 3 and not like a 1. It's
Too
a
thick.
point 0.3.
Okay, let's see what you got. Oh yeah, that's looking good, Mike.
See the car?
Yeah,
A lot of broken glass, a lot of smoke.
looks great. That's looking good. It's looking really
Yeah,
good.
I'm gonna finish inking it and throwing. I'm gonna sling some ink with some Mont Blanc. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, whatever,
uh,
Doug.
I'm not. I'm
Doug.
not. I'm not.
That you,
I'm not
Doug?
smugless.
Am I
I'm not.
talking to
I'm
Doug
not
now?
Doug Tanaple.
No. Yeah.
But I do like Doug. I mean,
Oh well, yeah, well, yeah. You can't help it. He's like one of them guys that.
I do. I gotta tell you, like his books are freaking amazing. I mean,
Well,
I think
yeah.
I say it like every stream, like the best books to come out of the
Hey,
whole comic state thing
look,
were
Earthworm Jim was one of my favorite games. I loved that game. I thought that was just the cutest, funnest, just silly little game. I loved it. And when I
well
found
that
out, that it was this, the Doug we know, I'm like, oh my gosh, really?
and it's kind of sad to see that he got like ousted and when like other people had projects out and or other YouTubers would be like, "Fuck you, Doug Snaple. We're making more money than you," and I'm like, "That's all right. That's not cool. Maybe you
You know
should."
what? And he's just such a way bigger deal than any schmucks you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he's very approachable. I talk to him every once in a while on Facebook,
Yeah,
and
he is.
I'm actually friends with him on Facebook, and he's a nice guy. He's very approachable, and
I don't think he has
like
any
we
idea that I did his group page for him.
did he really? Did you
I
really?
did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's his group page on Facebook. I did it.
You're posting shit all the time on Pete's page.
Yeah, well, I lost my account. And still don't know why. I don't know if it's because my colored pictures were too offensive because I never posted political stuff or anything,
I don't.
either that or somebody hacked my account, that's a
I tread
possibility.
lightly
Yeah,
when it
well,
comes to politics
you have to, otherwise they will.
everywhere.
Well, I mean, actually, you do not have to. It depends on which side you're on. I mean, that's what it boils down to. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, if you are on the right, you're screwed. If you're on the left, you're not. You can say whatever you want. You can talk about, burning,
Well, hence,
places down, and you can do whatever you want.
hence Gina Carano. We'll
Yeah.
go back to that again. I'm just saying that she was conservative and said some things maybe a little off color. I mean, but then you have other guys that worked for Disney and Lucasfilm, like Pedro Pascal and Pablo Hidalgo, that douchebag,
Mm.
saying all sorts of stuff, and the double standards are out of control.
They
I
are out of
mean,
control.
it's you don't fire Pablo Hidalgo, but you fire Gina Carano, and it's just mind-boggling.
It's a crazy, and then the evil stuff is what gets to me. Some of the stuff is just these people are just downright evil.
You know what happens? It's like, I think you need to take the MMPI before you get social media, which is like the psychological test.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
to show that you're mentally sound and able to post shit in the internet and not be a total psycho spur.
It may boil down to that one day, but the problem with that is what if you don't share the beliefs that they want you to share, and then you get mad because you like Trump? That's the problem with that. Who's going to set the standards? That's
Yeah,
the only
and
problem I see
then
with that.
you have people on the right too that are
That are annoying.
very, very over the
Yeah,
top, and I'm just
they're
like,
extremists.
sometimes I have to mute them.
Yeah, they're extremists. Yeah, there's extremists everywhere. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, and it's both sides, but like, I I know that more people on the right are getting punished than they are on the left.
Definitely. That
And
Christians.
I mean,
Did you hear
and
about that?
they say that there's like alt right groups out there, and Proud Boys. I haven't met any of them.
There was
Where
some.
are they?
There was some group on, and I apologize. I don't remember the name, but a Facebook page, and all they did was quote Bible scripture. Got banned.
What
Why?
about Timothy? Is Castleberry? Is he all right?
I haven't talked to Timmy, and I don't know when. You just reminded me. Let me mute myself. I have to cough. I do
Like,
need
he
to
likes
reach
my
out
posts
to him.
every once in a while, but
I do need to
Tim
get.
is. You've introduced me to him. I'm friends with him,
Mm-hmm.
and I like his stuff and his scripture. Like, he all he does is post like stuff from like Psalms and Philippians and stuff from the Bible, and
Well, I
he
see,
had
like, when it tells me suggested stuff or whatever another, I see his name pop up all the time, so I'm only assuming he has not been banned from there yet. I really don't know if he's been that active on there lately, to be honest. Let's see.
yeah, he I don't think he's been that active, but like, when he is, I mean, I do like his stuff.
He's active right now. Huh, how about that? I'm looking at his page right now.
But like, are they going to ban him just because he's a Christian? And I mean, I hope not. I mean, because that's just like wrong. It's almost like Orwellian right now.
Yeah, he's doing prayer. He's actually doing prayer calls. This is a prayer call, Soul Spring. That was on 2/23, so that was just 3 days ago. So
And I
he's.
remember him like saying a prayer for me, like on his page.
Oh yeah, he prayed. He prayed a while. It wasn't the only time.
And I think, and I truly believe the power of prayer.
Mike,
It works.
Mike, call me crazy, but I don't know if you remember or not. But you remember when I got that palsy in my right arm?
Yeah.
He's the one that prayed over me, and that night my fingers started working. Literally, literally that night.
when I was in the hospital, Karen was in church.
I bet.
And I wasn't having any seizure activity in my brain
Okay.
right before the surgery.
Okay.
So they're like, doctors were like, well, there's nothing going on. We took you off all your meds. We turned off your VNS, and there's nothing going on.
Uh-huh.
So Karen went to church and prayed for me to have a seizure. I know it sounds crazy, but
No. It
it's
makes sense because they had to map it. They had to map where the seizures were.
yeah they have because they had
It makes
the
perfect
bridge in my
sense.
brain.
It makes perfect sense.
So she prayed for me to have a seizure, and you know, she actually started crying in church,
Oh.
and some like random old guy that looked like Jesus came
It
up to
looked
her
like Jesus, huh?
you know, like our portrayal of, I don't even, you don't even know what Jesus looked like, but like, you know,
Yeah.
the atypical beard, long beard dude,
Yeah.
the hippie guy with the sandals.
Right.
Yeah. You know, came up to her and gave her a hug and said, you know, God bless you. I hope everything's okay. And that night, I had 4 grand mal seizures, and they
Wow.
mapped it and they found exactly where it was coming from, and they cut it out.
See?
And you know, the power of prayer is a strong thing. You know, you may if you're an agnostic or an atheist, so be it. You're allowed to be.
Yep. You got free will.
That's why we're in America. That's why you're allowed to have your own thoughts.
Right
This
now.
is the, no, it's Orwellian. I'm telling you,
I'm
it's
just.
wrong speak. It's put your thoughts down the hole and get rid of them. Big Brother is watching. It's really bad.
I know.
This
I
is
know.
1984. It's Animal Farm. It's really bad.
I know. But you know, I went to back to the palsy. You know, I went to a neurologist, and they actually stuck the pins in my arms. Okay. To see
Yeah,
if there's any activity whatsoever, and it was dead. It's completely dead. So when I mean, there was no activity. I mean, I lost my right arm for real. I thought that was it. I was in a cast because I mean, I was, you know, it was just bouncing around on my right side. And it made it bad too because it was my right hand, which I'm right-handed. I mean, it's a good thing I started off left-handed, but that was demonic, and they made me change into Catholic school. So I mean, I can write with both, but just not as well, obviously. But
yeah. I
anyways,
know. You said that
yeah.
you're that
But Timmy prayed, and literally that night, my index finger and my thumb started to wiggle. I could wiggle them, and then my middle finger and my index finger and my thumb by the next morning, and
um
I was able to pick up a pencil, and I
you
started
know
coloring with my right hand again.
my wife's cousin had at like 40 years old, not maybe even younger, like in her 30s, had a massive stroke
Mm.
and lost all the feeling in her right side.
Yeah, I bet.
And her right arm is basically dead.
Dead.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a shame, but she gets around, and she uses like her teeth, and like she like bumps her arm to get stuff down,
Mm-hmm.
and she's cooking and cleaning and vacuuming, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
holy shit, you are a rock star. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, how are you doing this? And you just adapt.
You did that. Yeah, you do. That's why I started coloring with my left hand.
Yeah.
Started coloring with my left hand. But
I mean, my
when I
daughter
went
is
back to the
left-handed.
doctor, though, when I went
You
back
think
to the doctor,
she's
he
a Satan
freaked.
spawn?
Huh?
My daughter is left-handed.
They said it was demonic.
Yeah.
They made me switch. There are no left-handed. Okay. I don't know about now, but when I went to Catholic school, there were no left-handed desks. They were all right-handed desks, and you were not allowed to use your right hand. They said it's really bad to do to kids now,
Yeah,
psychologically.
it's really like it fucks them up.
Yeah, look
You
at me.
know, you shouldn't be doing that.
Look what
But
happened to me.
they say left-handed people are
More
more
creative. More creative.
talented and
They're
more
more creative.
creative. Hence my daughter and her artwork, and
Oh yeah.
she is like
You got anything right there that she drew?
I think I may. Not anything around here, I don't think. But
Okay.
like she is so gifted. She's a boss.
Well, yeah. Next time we stream, you gotta keep get one of her pieces we can show everybody.
I actually asked her to stream with me.
Oh, cool.
So
Will she do it?
yeah, she don't
Okay.
care. She's like,
Okay.
it's gonna be like art for kids, Daddy. And I go, not really, little one. She's so cute.
Mhm.
She's super talented. I mean, she's a boss.
That's awesome.
So yeah, she's a good kid. I mean, she's got a good heart. She means well.
Seems to be, yes. Yeah,
You know,
you're lucky.
for and she's like cognizant about everything, and she's just sweet and a good kid. And my son is too. My son is a sweetheart.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
My
but
mother
like
liked that picture. I showed my mother the picture of you guys or them out in the snow. What you sent me the other day.
Oh, here we go.
Found something?
Yeah, Britney Spears.
Can't see it yet. There you go. It looks
She
like
drew
her.
that
It
she drew
looks
that
like
at
Britney
10.
Spears. It looks like
She drew that
Britney
at 10 years
Spears.
old.
It does. It
Taylor
looks like
Swift.
Britney Spears. She got the hair back and everything.
Taylor.
That's great. That's awesome.
Unfreaking believable. Oh, and this is my son. When I first found out about the augmented reality on if you use Chrome and you do it'll show you things in AR, like say lion, and it'll put a lion in your room, like augmented reality.
Oh wow, really?
So I put Saturn in my bedroom, my old apartment with my son.
No way.
I'm not kidding.
That is awesome. I didn't know about this, Mike.
I say, Connor, do you want Uranus in the room? And he goes, no.
No. Right? Of course he did. That's funny.
What's that?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, if you have look, here's one of me with a lab.
That is crazy.
Isn't that fucking awesome?
Yes.
And he's giving me his paw.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
what do you do to get that?
You go to and there's a bear in my kitchen. You go to Chrome. If you have Google Chrome.
Of course, yeah.
And it'll say, look at it in augmented reality in your room, or it'll go to like a Wikipedia page, and it'll take you there, and it'll show you the object in the room.
Let's see. Okay, so you have to do it on your phone, obviously.
No, anywhere.
Well, I mean,
anywhere.
You have to point the camera towards what you're looking at, like the room
or
whatever.
Because you just
okay, so it's better
this
for
is
like
2 years ago.
like my I have a laptop, but it's got everything connected to it, so it's sort of affixed to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's better off with an
using
iPad
a phone. Okay,
or
I am going to do that.
With an
I have
iPad or a laptop
somewhere.
or a tablet. Not so much.
Okay, got it.
A computer, because that's I could see, like, me being such a doofus, like I would drop it.
Yeah,
and destroy it.
I should get like a close up of the lake out there and put a shark in there, right?
I put a shark on top of Karen in a restaurant the other day. A great white shark.
I'm sure she appreciated
and
that.
She's like, stop it. Stop it. I'm like, no, it's fun. No.
Right?
Yeah, and then you can make videos of the things moving around inside of the room.
That's crazy.
And
I gotta show my mother
and
this.
if you research it, there's a whole list of things that you could put.
Okay. I will. As soon as we get done here, I'm going to be doing that.
It has all the planets. It's got the sun. It's got a whole bunch of animals.
That's amazing.
And
I can mess with my mom.
It's just cool. I mean, the fact that the technology these days is just getting better and better.
I'll tell my mom I get a new cat or a new dog or something and take a picture of my room.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, some type of animal.
Now they're going to be making goggles where you can have augmented reality.
Oh,
You
cool.
don't even need to look it up. It'll just pop up in front of your face.
Sure. That's crazy. Our
Eh,
technology's insane now.
It's
Who
insane,
knew?
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you
Who knew?
know, who knows if those goggles will read your mind and
I
advertise stuff for you.
As soon as they place a chip in us, I'm sure that'll be the case.
Um, uh, Elon Musk is doing that chip
Yeah.
for the brain,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be like 1 inch, and
That's big.
it's and
That's
they put it on the surface of your brain, and
okay.
it supposedly will stop stuff like epilepsy,
That's awesome.
Parkinson's,
That's awesome.
but then it
But
also
then
has
there's
the
more.
thing.
Then they'll
What's
weaponize
that?
it. Then they'll weaponize it though after that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but then they'll put like Manchurian candidate stuff in
Yeah,
it
that's
and
right. Then they'll weaponize it.
make
Yep.
people killers like Winter
Yep.
Soldier.
Yep.
You
And then
know,
they'll weaponize it. That's what I worry about.
no, I'm not worried about weaponizing it. I'm worried about like brainwashing.
That's what I mean by weaponizing it.
Yeah.
I mean
Well,
that's a weapon to
I don't
turn
think
somebody into
Elon
a.
Musk is more of like an aloof, quirky character and not a
I'm more worried about Gates than I am him.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm worried about Gates. Would if Gates did it, he'd weaponize it. Musk, he just wants money.
I've seen him on
So
Joe Rogan, and he openly talks about that. Pandora's box has been open, and he
how do
didn't
you?
trust.
I know. That's where I saw him on Rogan. He's talking
Yeah.
about the
Okay.
chip,
Okay.
and he said
Yeah.
that
I'm sure I've seen that
eventually
too.
down the line, at first it'll be used for medical reasons,
Yep.
and then down the line it will have a translator. Say, because like if I go to Hong Kong and I people are talking Chinese to me,
Mm-hmm.
it'll register in my brain as
Translate.
English,
Isn't that crazy? Can you imagine?
and then I'll talk to them and it'll be Chinese.
Can you imagine?
No, I cannot imagine. This is
No, me
some
neither.
weird. This is some Star Trek shit. Like
You got that
really.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, for that purpose, yeah, that's cool. I mean,
It
that's
is.
fine. You don't even need Alexa anymore. You just like go to the chip.
Yep. See it in
You
your
could
head.
probably link an app to it, and it'll answer
Oh, I'm
everything for
sure.
you.
I'm sure.
I mean,
Like the
what he did with
Matrix. Can you fly one of
yeah,
these? I can now.
you red pill it, blue pill it,
Yep.
yeah, you know.
Right.
So,
Whenever she gets in and flies that helicopter, can you fly one of
but
these? I can now.
I think I'm not worried about Musk weaponizing anything, and he he's a good dude, and
He's almost
when he's not,
likable. He really
he's
is.
aloof, which kind of like he's like me. He's a little weird, but being weird is good.
He's like you,
And
but with
but
billions of dollars, right?
oh, he's make that Tesla, that electric car that he has.
Yeah.
I mean, it's revolutionizing, the auto industry. So, now that we have this President Biden, and I'm
Tesla
not
got a
going
bad
to
deal.
talk shit about President Biden. I don't get into politics, but he
No,
wants this Green New Deal, and he wants all these emissions done.
people are already
Musk
pissed off at him.
is gonna make affordable cars and make money hand over fist. He's
Hell
going to
yeah,
be rich as fuck.
hell yeah. He already
So
is now, but yeah, even richer though. You're right. You're right.
like because
I'm
if
just wondering when Biden's going to turn the crown over to the VP there. It's only a matter of time.
he's on death's door,
I know he
I
is.
think
You don't know where the hell he is half the time. God love him.
he
He
doesn't know
really
where he
does.
is. He falls asleep, Joe. Yeah, I don't like talking politics too much though,
I don't either.
but
Yes, stop. Yeah.
he he has that Green New Deal and he thinks that like global warming is a problem. But I'm like, global warming. I'm like, I have 18 inches of snow in my
I
backyard.
know, right? We had the coldest winter here in Florida too that we've ever had. I swear.
Uh, you know,
I
I
mean, it was
mean,
just in
yeah,
the low 40s 2 days ago, which is unheard
I was
of here.
climbing. If I have to go like walk to the store because sometimes I don't like to drive.
Right.
But even though my driving privileges are back, I was like climbing over mounds of 1 foot snow, and I
Jeez.
don't. I usually don't do that.
I know
I
you're probably
mean,
thinking of it too. Oh, the global warming.
no, lowering my ass.
I know.
I'm
Right.
like okay, uh, no, the Earth. You got to think about it. The Earth is a living thing.
Right.
It's kind of like it's living just like us. It has
Right.
its
Yeah.
periods of temperament changes and temperature changes. I don't. I think maybe some of the things are causing global warming and causing our environment to be fucked up. But I also think that the Earth just happens to be, change once in a while,
Yeah. Well,
and
yeah.
then
I think it cleanses
this winter is the
itself.
proof.
It
What's that? I'm
cleanses.
sorry.
The Earth cleanses itself, basically. The Earth, yeah. It. What's it called? Maintenances itself.
Yeah,
Like
I
these
wish I
the
could just Thanos
floods.
snap like half the company, half the world though. Sometimes
Hello.
certain people.
Right. Right. I agree.
Yeah,
Agree.
but I mean that's just like killing billions of people, and I don't condone that. It's just a thought.
I know.
So
Did you take your medicine?
I will. I'm not worried about it.
It's definitely been a
It's
half
one
hour.
o'clock medicine.
That's all I'm
So,
saying.
but here it is so far. I'm gonna finish it and post it,
Let's see.
and I'm gonna end the stream in a
I
second.
cannot believe you got that much done already. That's amazing.
This is
Sorry
my
about the airboat.
wheelhouse,
That is cool. That is
Tina. This
really
is my
cool.
wheelhouse. I like doing doodle art like this,
I love it.
and it looks like
Yeah, I like
something
doodle
that's
art.
totally dilapidated and destroyed. Correct?
No, but it has organization to it almost.
Oh yeah, I had it all planned out in my head already. I mean,
It looks awesome.
this head
I
is
can't
fucked
believe
up.
you got that much done though, like I said, that quick.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm only using one liner.
right.
If I had my arsenal, I mean, it'd be dope. It would be totally shaded
Dope
and everything.
now. Looks dope now. Looks great.
Nah, I mean, I need thicker midliners,
I don't know.
but
I think it
you
looks
know how I
pretty
am with
dope.
my markers. But
Yes.
Tina, I
Yes,
need
I
to take
do.
my meds, and we've been
You do.
streaming for an hour and a half, and it was a great time talking to you as
Yep.
usual.
We will do it again.
And I think we covered a lot of stuff,
We
and
did.
I don't know if I'm coming back tomorrow, but
Saturday, maybe not.
probably Monday.
Okay, we'll
I'm gonna
plan on
stream
Monday
again.
then.
So
And I'm getting
you could
drowned out by airboats out here now, anyways.
you could send it out to the other people. Maybe I get some more followers.
Yeah, I've already got it on the group page, and I put it on my Twitter.
Yeah, because like my usual people like Brian and Kuzmeti, they're missing. I don't see it. They're MIA.
Where they're at.
I speak to Mike H a lot, aka THC Toker.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember him.
I vaguely do, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember the name.
and Tony Nasser, I talk to a lot
Of
on
course, I
Facebook.
remember Tony.
Tony Nasser is a shit. He's really one
Yeah,
of the nicest people I've ever met.
we love Tony.
Oh yeah, we all do. Yeah, I mean,
That's right.
he used to be on my horror show on Wednesday nights every
Yeah.
week.
Yep.
Him and Mark Pellegrini.
Yep. We at the House of Anger love Tony Nasser. Remember, I used to say that all the
Yes,
time.
Tony Nasser. Phil Kent Seven. That he used to go by Phil Kent Seven. Then he changed his name back to his real name.
Okay.
So, but on that note, I got to go, and Tina, it's great talking to you again, and
You too, my
hopefully all is well. And I wish you and you and your family the best of health. And
Thank you. Even my ham.
not ham. I love ham.
Well, I do have a ham. I want you to wish it well before I go.
Okay. All right, Tina. I'll talk to you later.
All right, love you,
All right,
buddy.
bye-bye.
We'll talk to you later.
I love you too. Bye bye. Peace.
All right, bye bye.